Part 2. The graph shows the price of a share of CompuStock. stock. No, CompuCo stock at the close of each day during a 1-week period. Based on the data in the graph, which conclusion is most accurate? The closing price remained constant. I don't see a constant closing price. The closing price increased at the beginning. So it's not going up, it's going down. So it decreased at the beginning. I like that part. And then increased at the end. So it decreased at the beginning and then increased at the end. I think I'm going to like H so far. What's J? No. We're going to stay with H. Distance on a map from Dallas, New Jersey, measured in centimeters, would be 5 centimeters. The map scale is 1 centimeter is 450 kilometers. So what's the actual distance in kilometers? So you on a map, when you got a key, it says this amount is worth 450 kilometers, and that might be 1 centimeter. So if you look on their map and you see a town that's that far apart, you got New Jersey and Dallas, and you measure it with your ruler, and you get 5 centimeters. So how many kilometers would that be? 450 times 5. Because there's 5 centimeters. Each one of those is 450. For a total of what? Miles. Number 19, the following solution for the inequality is incorrect. Something about this is incorrect. Put a star by the step that is incorrect, and then work the problem correctly. What's incorrect about this? Because if you take minus 5x on both sides, you get 3x, negative 3x. That's right. If you add 3, you get 9. That's right. Okay, and then the next step would be to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. That part's right. The sign didn't change. The sign, what sign? Oh, the inequality symbol. Okay, the inequality sign needs to change. So since we divided by a negative, we need to reverse the inequality and make it x greater than negative 3. So that's the part that's wrong. Normal tire pressure in an automobile tire is 30 psi. It is safe for the normal pressure to vary by 5 psi in either direction. Which number shows the range for safe tire pressure? So if 30 is recommended, but it's safe 5 up or 5 down, 5 higher or 5 lower, what's the range for safe? Subtract 5, you get what? Add 5, you get what? So it's safe anywhere in between there. B shows anywhere in between 25 to 35, but 25 is okay, 35 is okay. What's wrong with C? What do the dots mean? Right. That means it's discrete, not continuous. So what this is saying is 30 is okay, 29 is okay, 31 is okay, but 30 and a half, not okay? That doesn't make sense. This, when it's discrete like this, it's saying only the integer values work. No. This is going to be continuous. 30 and a half is okay. 34 and a half is okay. 35 is even okay, so this is wrong because of that. It should be including those. 21, you pull the plug out of the bathtub, the amount of water remaining in the tub, and the number of seconds since you pulled the plug. What do you think? D? It starts out with a lot of water. Okay. This is the amount of water. This is time. So the amount of water is decreasing, and in about 20 seconds, it'll all, maybe 45 seconds, it'll all be gone. B is also decreasing, but what's wrong with B? You can't have negative amount of water in your tub. You can have negative amount of money in the bank, but you can't have negative amount of water in the tub. All right, so we'll stick with D for 21. What about 22? A. Yo-yo. Yo-yo. Up and down, up and down. Dalton Carter's family owns pecan orchard. Each pecan tree produces 20 to 30 pounds of pecans each year. That's not that many, but okay. There are 220 pecan trees. What is the highest and lowest number of pounds that could be produced per year? Oh, each tree produces. There we go. That makes more sense. Each tree produces 20 to 30 pounds, and there are 220 trees. What's the highest and lowest number of pounds that could be produced? Let's say each tree produces only 20. If each tree produced their minimum amount, I don't know. If each tree only produced 20 pounds, then that would be our minimum amount that we could expect for the season, which would be what? Okay. That'd be minimum. Okay. Bad year. Or they could produce up to 30. 220 trees, 30 pounds each. Maximum. Okay. All right, Richard has 2 grasshoppers, same species. The corresponding parts of the grasshopper bodies should be proportional. The larger grasshopper has an 8-centimeter body and a 1.5-centimeter forelimb. I'm not sure exactly what a forelimb is. Maybe it's his hoppers. Okay, so maybe that's his forelimb. And here's his body. Okay, so if he has an 8-centimeter body and a 1.5-centimeter forelimb, I'm just guessing, so science people don't kill me. The smaller grasshopper has a 1.2-centimeter forelimb. How long might his body be if this is proportional? 1.5 is to 8, as 1.2 is to some missing number. Those two should be equal. Okay, cross multiply. Let's bring them together. I'm not sure why. Cross. That's 9.6 equals 1.5x divided by 1.5 on each side. X would be how much? 6.4 centimeter body. Just guessing. Not really. In order for a student to be considered for a certain college grant, the combined income of the student's parents must be less than $25,000. F represents the father's income. M represents the mother's income. Which sentence represents the conditions of the grant? E. We got a vote for E. Oh, we have a vote for D. What's wrong with A? Okay, so the father income plus the mother's income, that has to be less than 25,000. So we'll go with D. What's the equation that describes the data in the table? What's the equation of the line? If this was random data, you could put it in the calculator and and you still could, but we probably have something constant that increases by 3, increases by 2, increases by 3, increases by 3. Down here, it increased by 3, increased by 2, increased by 3, increased by 3. Okay, So what do you notice about the rates of changes on your y's and your x's? The rates of change increase at the same rate. Okay? Right. So your change in your y's is 3, and changing your x's is 3. So you get a slope of 1. You get a rate of change of 1. So your equation would be y equals 1x, and then we need to figure out what the 0 would be. So our 0 is going to be halfway between -1 and 1. So what's halfway between 2 and 4? 3. So our y-intercept is 0, 3. So 0 plus 3. Is it linear? Yes. How do we know? Because it's increasing at a constant rate. Constant rate of change.